Morning world, welcome to Sunday 22nd of December, and I think we'll crack on with this job. Oh, actually we might just miss it. That big black thing there, it's coming from that way. It might just go south of us. Cross your fingers. They got more in there than I thought they did. Well, I come down because I thought I was going to have to give the cattle some grub, but they've got plenty in there. I gave them a fresh bale last night at the other end. I bet most of that's gone though, because if they haven't eaten that, I bet they've snaffled that one that end. We'll go and have a look. Bed's passable in there. That'll last till this afternoon. That'll definitely last today. This could be one of those days where I've pretty much got nothing to share with you. Not a lot's going to go on today, I promise you. It's Sunday. Most of the jobs are done, and I'm not going to go actively looking for another job that doesn't need doing today. Yep, that's still clean there. Have you finished cleaning him up? Yeah? I don't know if you noticed or not, but I think he was enjoying it quite a lot. Right, okay. And I just had to my missus, oh, that's all right. If I have to give a bell, it'll be the north yard. But do you know what? I think actually most of that's gone. So last night it was strange actually, because it was either absolutely blowing a hoolie and lashing down with rain, or it was dead silent. Julie noticed it as well. Said there was, I think it was about 2:30, it went from literally bashing the house with wind and rain to nothing, just like dead calm. So it was a little bit weird. Anyway, nothing to do for a minute. I genuinely, I even got me coat on to come down because I genuinely thought I was going to be doing something, but nope, nothing. Maybe later. Well, yeah, definitely later. But it might be after the live, and then I'll have to do it with lights on, but that doesn't matter because we've got lights now, haven't we? I don't know if it's me. What do you reckon? It just looks like they've chucked half of all that on the floor, which has made a really comfy bed. I know half of them, or no, half a dozen of them were out here sleeping out here last night, even in that bloody weather. But yeah, they seem to make more mess this end. But maybe that's because I always put the taster bale that end and they just eat more of it. Or the wind's blowing it out of there. Right, it is 10 o'clock. Time to jump in the car and go and see me dad. I'll catch you folks later on. Right, I got dad in the Rav. You fit, didn't you?
Hey?
He fits in the Rav.
Beautifully.
Yeah, so it's all thumbs up at the minute, so
yeah,
I got nowhere to put the camera, so...
It's all good.
Yeah. We'll come back to this in a minute. So electricity board have been down and taken the top out of one of our sycamores. They asked me permission to cut it down, and I said, cut it down.
They asked him, oh, they said to me, cut it down.
Yeah, and we said, yeah, crack on, cut it down. It was not done, but they cut.
Yeah, completely.
So we'll go back and finish the job off properly, possibly in the summer. So we'll see. Right, that's father decanted off safe. So yeah, the car appears to have been a success. He managed to get in fine. Took him a little bit longer to get out, but I think that's because he'd been sat in there for an hour and he seized up a bit, which is kind of fair enough, but an awful lot easier than my Defender and my Fiesta. So yeah, success. Well, I think I've sussed out what I was doing wrong with the seatbelt. When I first got this car, the seatbelts have got this little, can you see this? This thing here. And I thought, oh, that's that's obviously is a guide thing for the seatbelt, for putting it on or to hold it out. And I thought, well, it's a bit floppy to hold it out. And if it holds it out, why is it that way around? So anyhow, I've changed my mind. I think actually what it's for is to put the seatbelt in that way. To feed, because every time I've tried to use this thing, it's curled up the seatbelt in there, it's sort of doubled over, and it's a pain in the arse. So you can tell me if I got it wrong, but I'm thinking I got it right now. I think it's just a case of the way the car is designed with the middle pillar and where it is and where the seatbelt inertia really is, which I'm assuming is in here somewhere. And it's just to stop it from twisting up in there, that goes there. I've got a 50-50 chance now of being right or wrong. Mind you, I had a 50-50 chance of being right or wrong the first time, and I reckon I was wrong the first time. I don't know. Anyway, the car, for its purpose, when I got over to see Dad this morning, I said, oh, I've bought the little Rav over, Dad. Do you want to come out for a little spin? No, I don't really feel like it today. I said, well, I could take you down the pub if you want. No, it'll be full of people and blah, blah, blah. It'll be packed out. I don't want to go. I go, right, okay, that's fair enough. No problem. I said, I'll just stay here and have a cup of tea with you. And then I said, oh, what time's lunch? Because I had lunch with my brother, Dad and Reg. Reg was invited for lunch as well today. And he said, oh, it's 1:30. I said, well, it's only 11:30. I don't know if I could sit in the chair doing nothing for 2 hours. So I said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Dad. I said, if you want to sit in your chair, that's fine. I'm going to nip down the farm and have a little look round, because Will's got some sheep out. There's about 120 sheep down the farm. I said, I'll just go and see where he's put them and where they are, and if everything's okay, everything's ship-shape. He goes, oh, well, if you're going down the farm and look at sheep, I'll come with you. Right. He goes, well, the sun's shining. I said, well, the sun was shining an hour ago, or half an hour when I got here. Yeah, no, I'll come with you. So with that, well, you know what happened then, didn't you? I got him in the car. He literally opened the door himself, reversed in, plonked his bum on there, spun his legs round, and I said, that looks a lot easier. He goes, that was spot on, that was easy. Fantastic. Buckled him in. I do still have to help him put the seatbelt on. I know Trevor put a comment up about getting one of these things that does that, and I still have to help him put the seatbelt on anyway, because he's got no feeling in his hands. So, and he can't hold it to pull it round. So I still have to wrestle it on for him. So put the seatbelt on for him. So we went to the farm. We looked at the stubble. We've got quite a lot of stubble. And we looked at the grass, and we looked at various bits of ground and that. And then the first time you see us is when we're actually coming away from the farm, from looking at the stubble. And on our way back, and I said to him, well, you're in the car now, Dad. Do you want to shoot over to my place and have a look at the new shed roofs? He goes, well, it's a bit of a waste of time, isn't it, really? I said, well, Dad, you can sit in the car and enjoy the view and enjoy being taken somewhere, or you can go back and sit in your chair at home. Oh, all right then. It's getting him out. That's the thing now, is getting him out. And then when I've got him out, keeping him out. Anyway, I brought him to the farm and we looked at the new sheds, and I think he was reasonably impressed and thought we'd done a good job. Told him what else we were thinking of doing, told him of other plans that I have for the future, the ifs and buts, because there's a few things I would like to do in the future, but certain things have to fall into place for those things to happen. Some of you might know what I'm talking about. Those of you that have been here a long time might know what I'm talking about. Most of you won't, but it may never happen, so there's no point in talking about it with you folks yet. You'll find out if it does. So yeah, I took him home. We had lunch. Reg came in. We talked about the wheat. We still got a barn full of wheat. What we're going to do with it. We talked about hedge trimming, because I had Reg for some hedge trimming. We talked about spraying. We talked about sprayers. Just general farm bump, really. And then I came home. So I'm back home again now. So I have actually plugged this seat belt. I might have to get myself a spare socket, because what happens, my dog sits on that seat And depending on where she sits on the seat, sometimes it sets the alarm off for the seatbelt on there. So for the time being, I just plugged it in around the back of the seat. So just what I didn't do that before Dad got in here, because Dad's not a big fan of seatbelts. So I do have to do it for him. But anyway, generally, he was pretty pleased with the car and being able to get out and about. He did struggle a little bit getting out, but then he had been sat in here for over an hour in one position, so he'd get stiff. So, but once he was, it was easy for him to get out and stand up. He still made the old man noises, you know, like, and all that sort of stuff. And I took his arm and took him in the house, but it was so much easier for him to get in and out of here. So I think generally, thumbs up, good idea, good purchase. We can make use of this little thing. Yeah, I was worried sick it was going to be a waste of money, that he wouldn't be able to get in or wouldn't be able to get out, or he didn't want to go anywhere. So, but I think now he's been in the car and he knows what it's like. I think he will be happier. And that's what I'm going to try to do on some Sundays, is literally get him out of the house. Because he's doing less and less now. I want to get him out of the house. I want to take him places. I want to say, do you know what, Dad, we'll shoot down to Clevedon and I'll take you for a cup of coffee in one of the seafront bars. He won't want to go. But once I've got him in the car, I've got him then. And then once I get him down there, and once I get him in the cafe, he'll be happy. He'll probably want to come home, but he'll be happy. But yeah, I don't want him to die in his chair doing nothing. I want to get him out and about doing stuff. So those of you who are elderly parents will either know exactly what I'm talking about or wondering why on earth I'm doing it. Both of the above. What's that in there? Oh, it's part of the chair. So, right, now somebody said to me, I'm assuming it's these things here, or was it something under the headrests? No. I've still got to work out how to take these seats out of here. I haven't done it yet, but there is a way of taking these seats right out of this and turning this into a little van. And I am tempted to do that and using this as a little van. So yeah, sometime or other I'm going to have to get in here and scratch my head and work out. In the meantime, I'll just leave the seats in here. But there's not an awful lot of space there. Unless, of course, I do that. But I'd rather have the space in the back. So, oh, there you go. That'll do. Right. Mrs. P is in the house making mince pies. And what was it she said? Lemon and raspberry jam tarts. So I'm going to go and do my poison taster duties and try a few. And then in an hour and 12 minutes, we've got today's Sunday Live, which I think is a members one today. Or is it? I don't know. I'll find out when I get in there. So you can get in and out there. People saying, oh, you can't get in and out the driver's side. Oh, it's a bit tight there. It's designed to be hard, but actually if you pull the seat right forward, it's not that bad. Oh, somebody wants to talk to me. Right, back to work. I'm going to say back to work. It's not like I've got a long way to go, is it? It's not like the commute is that much of a pain in the ass. So they definitely do not have enough to last until tomorrow morning. That's for certain. But I've got to decide now on what I'm going to do. Whether I'm going to put maybe one this end, we'll check, maybe one the other end. We're going to have a look and we'll make a decision. So it's going to be 2 bales. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way of doing it, is one each end. And then that's kind of it. So the bed in here is looking pretty good. But How many animals are lying down in there? None. How many next door? Most of them. In the mucky bit. Still quite a bit in there. Originally I was going to do this after the live, but you know what? Once it's dark, the motivation kind of drains out of me a bit, so. Right, let's shut you guys in. Come on. Yeah, I closed that yard back off again, mainly because one or two of them, when we were TB testing, the rabbit, were looking at jumping over the fence there. I don't really want doing that. Okay, this won't take long. Mind your bum. Go on. Right, you're gonna go past there? No. Again. I'm not sure if I could be able to move that. I did, I just needed both hands. Mind your bumps, thank you. So, looking at that, the wind is coming from the north or the northeast, that direction. And depending on who you talk to, it's either going to be drier and warmer or drier and colder. That depends which weather forecast you look at, I think. Better? Bit better. That's a bit better again. Right, we're given one of those nice sweet bells that they love so much. This end. And one of the not quite so sweet bells they're not quite so keen on. The other end. I thought I'd come out from the side this time rather than fill the cab of the skid steer with hay again, like I did yesterday. Oh, if I can get it off. Go on, get out of it. You moved then, didn't you? That should do it. It's one side done. Doesn't take long. And one of the reasons it doesn't take long is because of the good old skid steer. I know I bang on about it, but it is the perfect machine. Apart from a bit of damage it does on the ground, if you're a novice and you're driving it, don't understand how not to tear it up. But once you understand that concept of how not to tear the ground up, fantastic bit of kit. Come on then, you lot. Look at that. I dare say next time I close this door, they'll have moved it back again and I won't be able to open it and I'll have to shove it again. Well, they all want a bit of that, don't they? Ooh, yum yum. Right, coming through. Thank you. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, I had a phone call from my brother earlier. Bring out, said, have you got my name down for a March beef box? I said, I think so. Why? I said, there's 16 boxes. He goes, I just want to make sure. I said, what, do you want a box? You go, no, it's from my friends, so and so and so and so. And I said, well, if I haven't, there's a couple left, so I'll put your name down, no worries. And then he goes, and when's the next one after that? I said, probably June. He goes, well, they'll have one then as well. Right, okay. And if there's any extra mince going, they'll have that too. So, I'm not sure what it is about the Dexter beef mince, but I have more people ringing me up, raving about the mincemeat than the steaks or the joints or anything. I reckon I could mince the whole animal and sell everything as mince, and everybody would be delighted. They love the mince. Right, bail in there, and then we're nearly done. If I leave it there, I know what'll happen, I'll forget. I'll reverse into it, bend the gate. Let's not do that today. All right, you lot. Yeah, hello. They're happy enough, even though they are locked down. It's going to cause me problems, that is. In a minute. Patience. That'll do. They'll sort the rest out themselves. Threw that like a girl, didn't I? Right. I was going to bed out that bottom shed, but you know what? I'm trying to encourage them to come more into this middle one, and I think I'll leave the bedding of the bottom one till tomorrow. It can wait till then. They've got somewhere dry and warm and clean to lie down if they want to. If they want to. And the wind wants to blow the gate open. So I'll have to climb over it. I thought I might. It's not the end of the world. All right, you lot. Actually, the bed in there isn't as bad as it looks. It looks dark, but it is actually pretty dry, actually. Right then, I will see you tomorrow, or if you're a channel member, in about half an hour.